We're here at the 2012 IFAJ Congress. First of all, tell me your name and where you're from.
My name is Calvin Kaleyi. I'm from Zambia. I'm editor for Zambian Farmer magazine, which is essentially a publication for the Zambia National Farmers Union.
Wonderful.
We've got a print run of about 4,000 copies, which are distributed to all the 69 districts in the country, to all the farmers around the country that are members of the Zambia National Farmers Union. We've got a membership of about 600,000, I think I stated that earlier on.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, you were a participant here at the master class that occurred right before the Congress.
Yes.
What do you think about that experience? What did it mean to you?
That was a great experience. Initially, there were three groups. Okay, there was a group from Africa, there was a group from Latin America, and then there was a group from the developed countries. Yeah, and then these three were again broken down into boot camp, and then the masterclass, and then that first day brought out a lot of things, because that was a day when we shared experiences between the developed countries and the developing countries. And it was amazing just how common some of the issues we encountered are. And also, it was also amazing that some of the things that we probably feel are a threat to the development of agriculture in Africa is actually positive things that we can learn. I'll give an example of the debate that we had on genetically modified foods, for instance. Most of the countries from the developed world were saying, "You guys, why can't you embrace GMOs?" And to us, as African countries, we are coming from a background where we do not have. Yes, we have information on GMOs, but there are still fears of secondary effects, of what secondary effects GMOs would have on our soil, on our environment, and possibly even on our health. But obviously, through discussions and so on, it was demystified, and what came out was that actually those countries that are using GMOs have increased the productivity and so on. And if that is embraced by African countries, even what we have could quadruple, could be increased. That was essentially one of the major highlights of the sharing of experiences between the masterclass and the boot camp. But obviously there were other issues like blogging, for instance, how that can help inform farmers out there on issues that are happening using blog. How that can quickly how we can use that to transmit information to farmers. And we found that very few countries in Africa, very few journalists in Africa are actually blogging right now. I think in our group probably there was only one person or two that are blogging and using that effectively. Most of them are just using it to as social and not as an information tool to educate farmers. I think all in all, it was a tremendous and a fantastic experience.
So for other fellow agricultural journalists or those who maybe would just like to increase their professional skills, for example, what would you say to them in terms of maybe looking at participating down the road in the future?
I think the masterclass, especially the combination with the boot camp, brings to the fore issues that would normally overlook. It brings out issues on how the other world perceives agricultural journalism. Where we're coming from, very few are specialized agriculture journalists, but with such sharing of experiences, obviously, if a person comes through and tries to or attends a masterclass, and especially with the boot camp, that is definitely going to change their perception on how agriculture agriculture reporting is perceived in Africa, because a lot of people do not take agriculture reporting quite seriously back home. But with experiences with what other people and other continents are doing, you find that actually there's value. There's value in agriculture reporting, and let's not forget that everywhere you go, the economy of each country, of any country in the world, is driven by agriculture. Where we come from, we say no farmer, no food, no future.
Right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.